Reigning in light, forgive. If we can move through regret and anger, we can certainly walk towards and through forgiveness. Earlier on, we discussed the power of and reasons for acceptance. We summed it up with acknowledging that we definitely do not have to be okay with wrongdoings or doers. But in order for us to move and without weights and pressure of yesterday, we'd have to accept what was, where we are now, and with hope and faith of where we are headed. We confessed the difficulty of forgiving. We can now at least look at forgiveness and understand that learning or being able to do this will grant us an immeasurable force over our own life. Through forgiveness, we lose despair and we gain joy. All we have to do is forgive, and we can gain joy. We all come from different walks, and even when there are similarities with culture, creed, and upbringings, and while our journey may have started out with others, at some point we have or will have to walk without them. Forgiving makes our journey easier, and even when things are or they get rough. With forgiveness, we release our spirit from hardship and from the control of someone else's hands. Forgiveness will give us insight, a new or different perspective, and understanding. Through forgiveness, we exercise true empathy, true compassion, and true greatness. In spite of what we thought of yesterday, and just the same as acceptance, forgiveness does not mean we excuse any harm, hurt, or pain that someone has caused us. Forgiveness means that we are willing to allow ourselves to grow to our fullest potential. We are willing to go all the way for ourselves. Forgiveness places the right control inside of our hands. Forgiveness doesn't only improve our mind, it heals our soul. It improves our physical appearance and our overall physical health. Forgiveness does us a favor. It aligns us with the universe. Forgiving reminds us that we are responsible for our life. Forgiving restores our systems. Forgiving renews us. It is another opportunity for us to learn and grow with refinement. When we forgive, we move on with our life. We absolve ourselves of ugly, repulsive, vile, and hateful cast and shadows. Shadows form when our light becomes blocked. Speaking of blocked, let's unblock or maintain what is not blocked. Deep breaths in, slow breaths out. Quite a while ago, we discussed chakras and our body's interactions with them. We describe them with colors and how they're placed throughout our bodies. We discuss the purposes that they serve. Deep breaths in, slow breaths out. Chakra or wheel, and more specifically, wheel of energy. This wheel of energy or wheels of energy, since there are 7 points, should remain open. And when they do, our highest development can be achieved. Deep breaths in, slow breaths out. Chakras are all about our levels of consciousness and reaching complete harmony with and within our mind, body, and spirit. And just the same as other theories, thoughts, philosophies, sciences, and religions. It's not that big of a deal And it really isn't that deep. It's one concept of many. Deep breaths in, slow breaths out. We unblock ourselves just the same as we bless ourselves. We use mantras just the same as prayers. You see, it's all focused on a positive well-being because we are moving from regret and we realize that we're all connected. We're focused on living with grace and learning to forgive. There is no longer a need to attempt to deconstruct any way of living. And as long as there is no harm, breathing in and out is the beginning and end of all ideologies. Deep breaths in, slow breaths out. Why not accept our body's energy when we know our body is matter and of energy? Why not accept creation and evolution? Why not create and evolve? Deep breaths in, slow breaths out. Walking with forgiveness is walking in one love. Why not accept our royalty? And whether we believe that we've been created by or from royalty or somehow just appeared, isn't there so much more that we can do when we believe and accept our greatness? Deep breaths in, slow breaths out. Continue to breathe from our root and to our crown. When we're ready, be okay with who you are. Be okay with your beliefs. Be okay with them. Be okay with their beliefs as well. No force or pressure to change you. We are all on a journey, and soon we'll realize that there is more than one way to move along a path. Forgive because we'll feel better. Forgive because we'll be able to do better. Forgive because we'll be able to give better. Forgive because we deserve all of ourselves. Some have said that there are 3 types of forgiveness, and this is a reminder of the steps that we need to take throughout our life and in most areas. And though there are 3 steps, we can start in each order we need to and take as much time as we need, being sure to note how precious and significant time is. Self-forgiveness. Forgiveness given to and accepted from others, and forgiveness of and from all that we believe in and hold most high. When we forgive, we begin to soften our heart. We begin to see change outside of ourselves and with things and others that we didn't believe could change. When we forgive, we release shackles and chains and move towards freedom. Forgiveness changes our lens and outlook of the world. Forgiveness gives us a spiritual peace. Know that most perspectives, both science-based and faith-based, and even, if only in the end, agree on the necessity of forgiveness. Imagine the gain received from choosing to forgive the most difficult and challenging of circumstances and situations. Know that forgiveness and forgetting are 2 different things and require different approaches. Know that the healing comes from forgiving. There is no reason to move through life as if something didn't happen, and especially if we were impacted negatively. The reminder of it teaches us to be cautious. Know that the choice to forgive is a choice to be made whole. There is much inner work needed to forgive. Sometimes this can be just as complex as a situation that has led to the reason to forgive. Growing is forgiving, and forgiving is growing, and both equally part of the human experience. With forgiveness, and thankfully this is a choice, we can relieve our very own selves of turmoil. We are no longer operating with pieces of our spirit. Forgiveness will take practice, but everything takes practice. And so that we have a forgiving mindset, know that the power to forgive is all about your very own inner peace, and that ultimately extends to outer peace and for others. Be a trendsetter with forgiveness. Affect change with forgiveness. Influence peace with forgiveness. Forgive with reigning in light.